Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. On November 11th, Nas and Hit Boy dropped Nas's 15th studio album, The King's Disease 3, and people on Twitter are going wild for the 17-track drop. Let's check out some of these tweets right quick. Somebody named Kisei said, "Ain't no way Nas is this dope 3 decades into the game." Tony the Dome came in and said, "Good, grown man hip-hop. Thank you." Man in the Mirror said, "Can't remember the last time I listened to a hip-hop album, and with the first listen, I can't skip a track." And David Escobar came in and said, "Best rapper alive! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point." Right? So I'm reading all of these tweets, and I'm like, you know what? Let me listen to the album. Let me check this album out for myself. And I did. And oh my goodness, this album is fire. You know how everybody has their list of like their top 5 rappers? Nas has always been on my list. Nas has always been there. He's been in the top 5, but he's not number 1 and he's not number 2. And now I think I have to reevaluate my list. I think I have to shuffle some people around, because this album, I mean, this might solidify who he is in the game, and we might be seeing another Nas Jay-Z battle, because I think that Jay-Z needs to drop something after this, or else he might lose his crown. Look, on the track Thun, okay, when Nas starts reflecting on his battle with Jay back in the day, right? My man says, okay, he says, "No beef or rivals, they playing ether on title. Brothers can do anything when they decide to. In a Range Rover dissecting bars from Takeover. Sometimes I text Hova like, Ninja, this ain't over, laughing." If I was one of these younger rappers, if I was you, I would enroll in the school of Nas, and I would take Lyrics 101, Flow 220, and Intro to Longevity. And I would not drop out until I got my diploma, because I'm telling you, if I hear another one of these nursery rhyme raps, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I just can't take the hooked on phonics raps anymore. I need some sustenance. But enough about my thoughts. Let's see what Nas had to say at his album listening party.
First of all, I didn't even know I was going to be having a speech tonight. I thought I was coming to chill. But since I'm up here, I got to say, rest in peace to Takeoff. Yeah, thank you, Andy. And shout out to Hennessy, for sure. For always holding me down. So here we are, the 3rd installment to King's Disease. King's Disease 3 dropped, and we just put it on Instagram, and ain't no promotion. I mean, it ain't about that shit. When you standing, when you knowing what the fuck this shit is really about, you can't worry about the shit that don't matter to the art form. I want to thank my brother Hit Boy for getting me to work faster than I ever worked in my life.
Hey, shout out to Hit Boy. Shout out to Hit Boy, straight up.
Absolutely, for bringing something out of me, man, that I've been wanting to kind of like unleash for a while. Coming out of Queens, New York. Yeah. I never thought I'd really still want to give up music, because this shit is just like something you do, and I have a lot of fun outside of music, so I didn't know we'd get into a locked-in situation like the pandemic. That's what started me and Hick working together, and his old soul is what made him able to like capture sounds of New York, even though he's on the West, you know, music universal. And his old soul was able to get with my old.
Hey yo, shout out to Nas, and much respect for the work he's been putting in for like over 30 years. Now, I doubt they would ever do it, but I wish there was like a Nas versus Jay-Z versus. But at least I can play it out in my mind. And in my mind, I go back and forth over who might win that. I don't know. What do you think? You think it's going to be Jay? Does Jay take the crown? Or does Nas defeat Jay in the bar for bar, song for song versus challenge? And to make it even more difficult, what happens if the spirits of Tupac and Biggie come down to jump on the stage during that versus challenge? Who's taking the crown on that stage? Let me hear what you think in the comments. I don't know, if I was MC Search, I might be reevaluating my decision to sell that Illmatic catalog right about now, because the stock is rising. Now, in case you didn't know, last month, MC Search, who executive produced, I think it was Illmatic, and it was written for Nas, came out and said he was selling the catalog. He said for 27 years, the album has provided for his family through good times and bad times, but now it's time to move on to a new chapter. And I guess after Nas heard about the sale, he decided to write a bar about it on the track WTF SMH, and this is what he said, end quote. Peace to MC Search, how much that catalog worth? I made it so many people could have a piece of what I earned. Push it to the max, now it's maximum returns, end quote. So in response to his name being dropped on the track, Search came back and said, I'm flattered that Nas recognizes and sees. I'm glad he sees that I'm someone of integrity and character, and that I was able to show him by my actions and deeds that whatever I received from my share of the portion of the catalog, I earned it. Shout out to MC Search, and I'm glad that, he did right by Nas and we don't have to turn around and give him the gas face. Now yesterday, 21Savage came out, and during a discussion he said, Nas is irrelevant. He makes good music, but he's no longer a factor in the hip-hop game.
No, he's not. He's not relevant. He just has a loyal ass fan base.
Thank you.
He just has a loyal fan base that and he still make good ass music.
Ooh, ninja. Oh my. Ooh, I don't even know what to say. Listen, let's drop 21Savage into that versus, right, against Nas, and let's see if Nas is still relevant. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for Nas and all of those hip-hop artists that came before you, you wouldn't be able to even be in the game. Are you serious right now, son? Oh, you get the gas face. Now, maybe it's just me, but let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that 21Savage is right and that Nas is no longer relevant? Let me know. And also, if we did that Nas versus 21Savage versus, how do you think that would turn out? Now, I hate to even, after talking about Nas, discuss this person in the same breath, but apparently Ice Spice is spicing up the internet with some spicy tweets that she sent out before she gained notoriety. And apparently Ice Spice likes to talk about the things that she does while she's on her knees, and she's not talking about praying. Listen, these tweets are so vulgar to me that I wouldn't even feel comfortable showing you these messages just in case your children might be walking by. Well, let me see if I can show one. This one says, "My A, dumb, fat, and soft." Once again, female rappers, I'm shaking my head. I am shaking my head. We do not need to know what you put in your mouth. We don't need to know how much you can stuff in your mouth. Some things need to be kept private. And I don't understand. I know these musicians, this is their job, right? But I know when I go home, I can share information about my job with my family. I can sit down with my mom, I can sit down with my grandparents and discuss becoming successful in my own right in my endeavors. Can they do that? Like, I don't know. Like, how would you feel? Like, I don't think I would feel comfortable if I was on the internet talking about what I do in the bedroom, and then I'm sitting next to grandma during Thanksgiving and I'm sucking on a turkey neck, and I know that she knows that I know that she knows that I'm a skeezer. Now, young people, listen to me, and listen to me very clearly. The internet is forever, and one day you might decide to settle down and have a family if you don't already have a family. And these images and all of these things that you're saying on the internet are going to be available to your children. And I couldn't imagine if I was a little child and I was looking through my mother's things and I realized mommy was a hoe. Listen, I can't even get with this chick, because like, just watching her, I don't know if she's giving me the Raggedy Ann vibes or if she's giving me the Little Orphan Annie. It's just so confusing. So in the immortal words of Takeoff, I'm gonna say, don't let this broke bee in, cause she is messy. Now, I highly doubt that Icy Spicy cares about a word that I'm saying. So I say we just lift her up in prayer, and we hope that the Most High gives her clarity to edit herself in the future. Now, I know celebs cover this on the main channel, right? But I just wanted to touch on it here too. So Farrakhan came out and he gave a message regarding the situation that's happening with Kyrie and Kanye. And Farrakhan basically said that he supports these two brothers and he understands where they're coming from as young black men who are searching for their way in the world, trying to find out their history during a time or in a place or in a world where their history has been stolen from them and whitewashed. So it's very hard for them to connect to their historical past. Now, everyone knows that when the Romans went to Africa and they saw all of the mystery schools and they saw all of the great knowledge and wisdom that the Africans had amassed, they burnt down the mystery schools of Africa. Timbuktu burnt down. They don't want us to know our history. And that is how, or part of the reason why, they are able to keep us subjugated and marginalized. But I'm gonna stop. So in response to Farrakhan, Ye does an interview and he basically says that he feels like Farrakhan disrespected him and he don't play that because nobody controls Ye. And in the same breath, he turns around and name drops who he thinks are puppets that are being controlled by the system, including Jay-Z, Beyonce, Meek Mills, Boozy. Ye. I don't even know what to say. Let's take a listen to Ye.
They can't scare you, they can't control you, they try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize
They
you.
can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you. But the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important than keeping alive.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go.
Appreciate the fact that Ye is a man of his convictions, but you gotta pick and choose which battles to fight. Farrakhan came out and he was trying to support you and have your back and offered you his assistance to help you navigate waters that he has been dealing with for over 70 years. And I don't know, but I think that our elders have some wisdom that if we sat down and we listened to what they had to say, we might be able to benefit from that information. And I think after watching that Farrakhan video, Farrakhan is looking pretty good for 90. And I think that if we were to put those two in a ring, I don't know, Farrakhan might be able to knock Ye out. He might be able to give him the old rope-a-dope. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that he just was dropping names and disclosing who he believes has bodies on them. You know, is that acceptable now? Like, is that what we're doing now? I mean, that doesn't even fly in high school. Is that what we're doing in the Millionaires Club? Community, listen to me very closely. There are some conversations that you keep in-house. You know how your parents used to be like, listen, we don't take our business out into the streets. If Ye had a problem with Farrakhan, Ye should have called Farrakhan directly. You don't take that to TMZ or whoever you took it to air that out in the street. I think that's the biggest issue I have with Ye right now. He does not seem to understand some of the basic fundamentals of how to engage in certain arenas. For real. He couldn't rock with me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if it was like 1765 and like we were slaves and we were trying to like escape on the Underground Railroad and we found a spot and we were like under the floorboards, like Ye would like, once he heard like Massa was upstairs looking for us, he would pop up from the floorboards and start shouting like, you can't control me. You can't control me. I ain't hiding behind the bookcase like Boozy. Because he just doesn't understand that there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time for war and a time for peace. I tell you who could come with me though. I would take Dave Chappelle. Like Chappelle is on point, and I just love the way he insightfully articulated what was going on with the Kyrie and Kanye situation when he appeared on Saturday Night Live this weekend.
Kanye's got into some scrapes before. Normally when he's in trouble, I pull up immediately. But this time I was like, you know what? Let me see what's gonna happen first. I just want to see where this is all going. Kanye got in so much trouble, Kyrie got in trouble. A year ago, I'd seen him on a podcast called Drink Champs, a great show, and it was an amazing appearance. Noriega and them were there, the rappers that I love, and they all had their gold chains and stuff on. And Kanye said, only millionaires wear chains. They said, what? He said, I'm a billionaire. Billionaires don't wear their money on their body. I tucked my chain and I said, oh, snap. It was a good appearance. It was fun and funny. But when he woke up, he went on Drink Champs again. This time, he was on one. He was mad about something. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped that nigga immediately.
Hey yo, shout out to Dave Chappelle for always representing and making us laugh. And thank you for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. One love. Peace.